Yeah, well, this play ultimately was a great example of their red zone. What they do in the red zone, it was not third down, but it was a red zone play, and it was the touchdown to Worthy. So if we could take a look at it, we'll see, because these are the kinds of things that I love when I watch tape, just the way teams are so schematic in what they do. And I think that's what I love about football, the schematics of it. So here, they're at the 10-yard line, and Mahomes is in the gun, and they go into an empty set, meaning that there's nobody in the backfield with Mahomes. Now, on this particular play, what the Bills chose to do was they chose to play a single high safety in the middle, and they played man coverage. So this is cover one. So it's a single high safety and man-to-man across the board. So now what we want to focus on here is to the trip side on Smith-Schuster and Worthy. And they're basically in a stack formation tight to the offensive formation. And as we said, it's man-to-man. And they actually have Hamlin, a safety, who's matched on Worthy because they're a nickel defense. So they have Hamlin on Worthy. So what they end up doing here is they run a natural pick concept. This is not illegal.
Yeah.
Smith-Schuster releases vertically, and he basically is going to pick Hamlin. And now Worthy's going to break outside. So Hamlin has traffic to work through. He has to decide, do I go over the top of this? Do I try to get underneath it? What do I do? There's a pick right in front of me, and you can see that. And what ends up happening is he waits. And so what happens, he waits, and then he's late. And now there's another element to this, as you can see, because he's trying to get, he ends up going underneath it, but he's late. And then you have Hopkins, who's clearing out here. He's not really part of the play. He's just clearing out, and that creates a lot of space. So it creates space for Worthy. They run the natural pick, and it becomes a pitch and catch touchdown. This is just beautiful, beautiful design in the red zone where they're so, so good. And you know, by the way, they scored in the red zone, I think, 4 out of 5 times. I think they ended the game in the red zone, but that didn't count.
Yeah.
The first touchdown of the game, Colin, which was Kareem Hunt, and the last touchdown of the game, which was Patrick Mahomes, which was his run, were the exact same play. The exact same play.
Yeah. And, you know, I really wanted to highlight this because this just really shows you, you know, Andy Reid's brilliance. His ability to consistently put this Kansas City Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes in these positions to be able to succeed. They're the perfect yin and yang, because this is what I keep saying about the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, they ask Mahomes to wear the Superman cape as plan B, often plan C. And then you have some of these beautiful play designs that essentially give you just easy walk-in touchdowns. And not to mention, it's not even just the play design, it's also then the execution. All the players run this play to perfection. To perfection. And you can even see when Patrick Mahomes was doing that, he was looking that way the whole time. Like, this was the play. This was always what the play was going to be. Right? And so it's just smart. And it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, I don't even need to fool you in any type of way. Because again, Patrick Mahomes called hike, and he's just looking the whole way. He's not even trying to do anything else. He's like, this is where I'm going with the ball. But this play design is so set up in a way where it's like, it doesn't matter. All I do is just got to deliver, you know, an easy pass, you know, pitch and catch, and boom, you're good to go. Touchdown. And Andy Reid in this game set Patrick Mahomes up for multiple really easy touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes is, you know, running when he ran in. I mean, he just walked right in for the touchdown. You know, he was practically untouched until he was already in the end zone himself. So it's just the brilliance. It's the absolute brilliance. I mean, Andy Reid is just, you know, still in his absolute coaching prime. And again, when you have someone like Patrick Mahomes who's going to execute the offense at an incredibly high level, and if when things do break down, rely on Patrick Mahomes to be Superman, it becomes unbeatable. It really, really does. And again, you know, that's why this game was actually kind of so perfect when you look at Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs versus Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I mean, like, I don't know if the Bills ever had any easy, you know, scores. Now, again, granted, the Kansas City Chiefs defense is significantly harder to go up against than the Buffalo Bills defense, but even if this defense was significantly better, It's still just the execution of the Kansas City Chiefs, the play calling, the rhythm of the play calling. When they do what they do, it just still becomes so difficult. And like I said, some of the throws that Josh Allen was forced to make, some of the touchdown passes, I mean, like everything is just so tightly contested and just a big time throw, big time moment. There's just no easy layups. And Andy Reid is just the king of putting all his players in a position to just get those layups and then empowering them and trusting them that when they need to be superheroes, whether it's Mahomes, whether it's Kelsey, whether it's Worthy, whoever, they get to do it. They get to, they're able to step up and do it. And so it's just the ultimate balance in that regard. And I think Greg Cosell did an awesome job of kind of, pointing out just so much of when the scheme itself matters. And that's why it can be tough when you watch some of these other games. That's why I always say, what's the game plan? What's the game plan? Like, what are you trying to achieve here? Whether I'm watching the Ravens, whether I'm watching the Bills, the Eagles, any of these teams. But you never ask that question when you're watching Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. You're never like, what are they trying to do here? You're like, oh, I know exactly what they're trying to do here. And they're doing it well. And they're doing it exactly how you would want the team to do it. It's just no question. It's a coaching masterclass. It's an absolute coaching masterclass. Such a simple play like this, you're just like, this is perfection. This is why this is Cosell's big play of the week, and yet it's so basic, right? It's so simple. They're at the 12-yard line. It's like a second down play, I think it is. And it's just like, yeah, boom, simple, but insanely effective. And a basic throw. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Think of how basic of a throw that Patrick Mahomes has made, right? He knows exactly where he's going. There's no other song and dance about it. And it's just hike, throw, boom, touchdown. The play of the week is a basic, I don't want to say a basic play, but it's just, considering what we know Patrick Mahomes can do, this is arguably one of the easiest plays that Patrick Mahomes could ever make in his career, quite frankly. Any quarterback could make in their career. And again, yet for Greg Cosell, it's the literal play of the week because of the scheme and the execution. So, it's just that's what makes the Chiefs, a collection of all of that just makes this team so hard to beat, offensively. And then they do the same things defensively. Right, like as Greg Cosell kind of talked about earlier, just the Kansas City Chiefs defense, they're so situational, and even when they blitz, the blitzing, they're so successful situationally that it gives you the appearance that they're just blitzing all the time, and it's like, no, they do it situationally, and they do it with such a high success rate that when they have that high success rate, it just feels like, well, they're blitzing all the time. And it's like, no, it's just when they do blitz, it's at the exactly right time, and they do it with success. They don't get burned on it, and there you go. The Chiefs just show an absolute masterclass in how far coaching really takes you, and just how much it really matters. And when you watch these other teams play, you can see they consistently lack that. And then the football game becomes ugly. And I don't even mean, like, I know sometimes games can be ugly just because of, like, the way they unfold, but it's like the actual style of play is ugly. What the Baltimore Ravens tried to do, especially in that first half against the Bills, was ugly. What the Baltimore Ravens did against the Kansas City Chiefs in the entire AFC Championship game was ugly. The game plan was ugly. What the Bills did against the Kansas City Chiefs, especially in those first couple of drives, was ugly. And that's why Travis O'Shea kind of highlighted that out, where it was like, just compare the opening drives for the Chiefs and the Bills. One gets all the players settled, puts all the players in a position to succeed, where the other one is just kind of like, hey, let's just sling it all over the place. Let's go, baby. Brett Favre, 2.0. And it's just like, that's not the way you kind of get through it at all, quite frankly. So, if anyone ever wants to understand how much coaching truly matters, I think this is a perfect game to watch. A perfect game to watch. You could see the situational blitzing. You can see the situational offense and the execution. You could see Andy Reid setting up Patrick Mahomes to make very simple, easy plays. You could see the moment when Patrick Mahomes makes a great throw, being blitzed, Xavier Worthy making a great catch. You can compare that to with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills getting none of those easy layups, really. Everything is so hard, has to be earned every step of the way. You could see the Buffalo Bills just being like, please, Josh Allen, try to convert this third down. Please, Josh Allen, try to convert this fourth down. And it's like, with no other imagination, no other misdirection. It's just like, please be bigger and stronger than everyone else. And it doesn't work. It can only go so far. And then you can see the failure of the execution of even the players on the Buffalo Bills, which is also going to be now coaching and practice and execution and having them prepared for the moment. And it's just, it's a masterclass. I think this game might be arguably the best game for people to watch to really kind of highlight the differences in coaching, execution, game planning, etc., etc., etc. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Kansas City Chiefs, this play that Greg Cosell highlighted, and just the overall success that they have been having? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.